Hello and welcome. I am Agent Baphomet, and this is Contractors. Just doing a little bit of a run here. Hopefully, I'll have a friend join me in a little bit. But right now, we have a mostly empty lobby. We have Firewall that's joined. Hey, how you doing? You want to do a little one-on-one or any game mode you want? Because it's just you and me for now. Oh, he left. All right, let me just join a public game then instead, since there's nobody there. I'm a gun game fanatic, and there's only 2 people in this lobby, so let's see what we can do. I'm gonna be late, but
Ventress Sora.
Event. Awesome. Tuned in. See you. All right, there we got YouTube running up. Good. All right. I'm not a big fan of this map. It's really open, but let's see if I can get these 2 guys down. We got a guy spawned just over there. Another guy that's going on for a kill here.
Ventress Sora. O text to speech.
Yeah, it really helps when I have a little, what's it called, OVR toolkit displaying these messages in my face, but sometimes they don't show up, so the TTS is a nice backup in case that fails, and it sometimes does. Doing streams, interaction's an important part of streaming, so there we go. Oh, we do. This guy's got bots enabled, it looks like. Alright. We got the guy up top here, I can see him. Can't change the fire mode on the MP5, it looks like. Oh, there we go. Got it to me now. I got a guy to my right. Suppressed him, he stayed in cover.
Ventress Sora. Damn that accuracy, holy moly.
Good. Yeah, you gotta get that with practice. I'm getting hit. I'm probably at like 20% health right now. Look at that, less than that, 5%. Gotta avoid getting hit here.
Fena Asuna.
Hey Fena,
Hello,
how you doing?
Baphomet, waving hand sign, smiling face with smiling eyes, sparkles cherry blossom.
How's your morning going? Just doing a little bit of morning killing. Haven't slept. I'm a little rusty. That looks like I'm doing pretty decently here against the 2 guys that are here. I think there's actually 3 now, so 4 actually, including myself. The rest are all bots, so I think there's about 5 bots in the lobby, give or take. That looks like a bot. That doesn't look like what a player normally would do. Yeah, that's a bot.
Fena Asuna.
That was a bad... There's
I'm
no way
good.
I could kill that guy with a shotgun
Ventress
at that
Sora.
range.
Should I get Skyrim VR? I see it for $12.
At 12
Fena
bucks, if you like
Thank you
Skyrim,
for asking.
don't expect it to be anything like Blade and Sorcery though, because you'll be very disappointed. But it's 12 bucks. You could spend a lot worse. I spent 14 on that game, so I don't play it though. But if you're a magic user or a bow user, I hear that bow mechanics are pretty decent in that game. So I'm a sword user, so. Got a guy around here somewhere. He's right on the right side. Yeah, that was definitely a player. Oh, nice shot. That was a bot too. Wow, headshot. That range too. That was a marksmanship rifle though. We have another player just joined the game, so it looks like we're at like a 5 or 6 count for actual players at this
Sora.
moment. That's
Is
7?
it good? Chaos Borderlands VR was quite a disappointment.
I don't know, I haven't played Borderlands all that much. I did play it a little bit. I played the demo on PSVR for a short period. I didn't like the fact that I don't think there are any manual reloads in that game, although I don't recall, but that was on PSVR, so. back there. We got a guy over here. That guy right there. He doesn't see me. That one does, behind me. Well, I knew he was there. It wasn't enough time to react, because there were at least 2 of them that were on me.
Ventures Sora. Nope, it's so bad it's not even funny. Very lazy port.
Yeah, a lot of flat reports are like that. Now, here's the problem I have with this shotgun. To actually pump this shotgun, you need to hold down the trigger on the off hand, so that's my left hand here, in order to pump it. You don't need to do that in any other VR game. So, if you're not used to that, that'll trip you up when you go to make a shot like I just did. And that, you know, things become second nature when you start doing stuff like this in VR a lot. Your muscle memory kind of kicks in, and you're not thinking, you're just doing. Your brain's taking complete control, so you can react faster than you can think. There we go. We got a frying pan here. Just gotta whack a guy in the face with this. Now, throwing doesn't seem to work. The last time I tried to throw this, it actually didn't work. So I don't know if it's actually like the collider is just a blade in here, or how that works, but it doesn't seem to throw very well. So I do have to hit somebody with it. That's gonna be hard when everyone has a gun. And it looks like the guy that's closest to me is about 8 guns behind, or 6 guns behind me. So he's running because he knows he's gonna lose. This is another thing that needs to get fixed. This weird baking effect that occurs.
You gotta take it off in between games.
Can we remove the bots? Oh, it's too late.
Fenasuna.
And they're only going to help me by
GG.
keeping any bots in right now. Because they're easy to kill. If you're fast enough, you're going to kill bots faster than you're going to kill players. So that only helps the players that are better. You don't want bots. Because you're still going to have a better chance of beating me in a gun game or any free-for-all if there aren't any bots. I'm going to have an easier time. I like a challenge. I don't want it to be easy. He's right behind that cup. I don't know. I don't even know if I made a kill there. Nope, that's a negative. He's right in that corner to the right. Oh, he got me though. I had this blind fighter on that corner. I should have been fine actually in that situation. Yeah, we got one to the left. Wasn't able to hit him fast enough though. The first course of action in any shooter is locating the enemy. That's a lag situation. If you guys saw him just teleport really fast across the map, but that was either him or me lagging. Probably him.
Fuck you.
I don't ever get tired of that. Shit talk. No. Couldn't get a double kill there. See, I'm not the top guy right now. This is a different map, and we got more players, so... Don't think we have any bots at the moment.
XD.
But we don't have any bots at the moment.
I heard
this is all
that.
players. Yeah, this is all players at this point. We got 10 players in the game. You can actually go, I think you can go higher than 10, but I don't know if Quest players can join you.
Ventures Sora. I love owning people who shit talk, but I need to improve and guess.
And one of the annoying things about the index controllers are really, really large, so in this game you do need to insert the mags at kind of an angle. It doesn't.
Ventrusora.
It's not like that other game.
BRB.
Make sure that bolt is all the way down or gun will not fire, and that's true to real life too. I can't believe I missed that one. Okay, now I am the top guy, but see, the thing about gun game is it's not an early kind of game situation, it's mid to late game that really starts to matter. Hopefully he doesn't see me over here, or he can't hit me. I can move faster with him because I'm not carrying a large weapon now. The other thing is armor. Armor will slow you down. So if you have heavy armor, you're going to be slower than a guy that has light armor. Light armor is going to run the fastest. Now keep in mind, still at no sleep here, so. I love free-for-alls though. I do the best in, oops. Why am I unmuted? I do the best in free-for-alls. That really changes when we start to do team games. Because you can have two people gang up on you.
Now I own Chroma Gun and Skyrim VR.
Nice. Chroma Gun as well. I don't think I've played that. I've heard of it. I haven't played it. I took a look at it. Didn't really look like my kind of game. I'm more into these military style shooters more than anything else. I love my Blade and Sorcery. I also got Unplugged recently at Air Guitar, so it's kind of like a Guitar Hero style game. There's another one like that called Rocking Legend. Now, Unplugged got mixed reviews, but people don't know how to make finger tracking work on index.
They are too small for my hands. Actually, when I tried them, it felt like Nintendo Switch controllers all over again.
Say that again? What? For what? What felt like Switch controllers?
Asuna. Oh yeah, I got a new phone, replaced the old one.
Awesome, Fana. What kind of phone did you get? Oh, he got me. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this one. You never show your back to your enemy. He just tried to run away, but he was probably out of. He probably had run out of ammo. There's really nowhere for him to go for cover in that situation unless he got in that doorway. That's not a bad idea to run for cover, but sometimes you just don't have time. Ooh! Yeah, these guys are giving me a real challenge. This is a very different map, though. We have a lot of points to look for.
Moto G stylus 5 grams.
Oh, nice. That's actually it's a mid-ranger, but it does have a nice stylus, that small stylus on it. If you're into drawing on your phone, that's going to be a good one for cheap. The S Pen is really nice, but it's not cheap. Is the Note even doing that? Is Samsung even doing the S Pen anymore? I don't think they're making the Note series anymore. The S Pen is really nice because it actually has a lot of points of pressure sensitivity.
Ventrusora. Now I am.
This one's just going to be for fun because I'm definitely not going to take the crown.
Asuna. I don't know.
Oh là, je suis premier, t'es mort.
I don't know what he said, but I'm sure it wasn't nice. I'm not mistaken. Does that sound Polish to anybody else? It sounded Slavic for sure.
Ouais, bah.
Ventru Sora. It's German, I think.
German. Actually, my ancestors are Prussian, and Prussia was. I'm pretty sure Prussia was controlled by Germany at the time. But they left. That's about, I think, over 25% of my DNA. So nearly 50 is Norwegian.
Ventru Sora.
J'ai touché, j'ai touché.
But it was a little too fast.
You know, Dutch sounds really weird. I've heard Dutch before, and I wasn't even able to put my finger on what the hell
Wow.
it was, because it didn't even sound... It didn't sound... It sounded sort of similar to German, but it... Not even... I don't know, it still didn't register. Block here in my hand. That's a fully automatic weapon. We got a Deagle 550 cal here. If I can not get shot doing this,
Ventru
you
Sora.
guys can take a look at the Deagle and you can
It's
notice
very
there's
similar actually.
it doesn't have the Minneapolis stamp
Venezuela.
on it.
I'm .something% Siberian in my DNA.
This is the military version, but the civilian version of the Deagle actually has a Minneapolis stamp on it because
Ventru Sora. I understand it, but I can't speak it.
oh, I think they can't put that stamp on there because they can't actually call these, they can't actually call this the Desert Eagle in the game because they don't have the gun licenses. But Magnum Research has a headquarters in Minneapolis. It's not in Minneapolis itself. It's actually in a suburb. It's in Fridley, but it's up here. Good. Oh, I hit him in the left side of the shoulder, but it wasn't a kill shot. I thought this was a one-hit kill weapon. I guess not. He's running. What does he have? He must have a pistol. God, not a very effective pistol either. I should have been killed by that. I almost did. This guy's running all over the place here. I hear him. Oh, that's not a good battle for me unless I can get close enough to him.
Il est nul à chier, ça.
Bash!
Nul à chier.
Bash, bash.
T'es premier. Puis juste à la fin, tu tombes sur une arme de merde là.
Ventress, is
sorry,
that
what?
Ventress, is that German? Oh, I hate this map with a passion. We're doing a different loadout. We're doing the World War II loadout now. A gun's a gun, okay? I don't care how old it is. This is gonna... I mean, they all have. I've been using iron sights the whole time. A couple times a gun, you'll notice a gun has a sight on it. That's because one of my loadouts has a sight for it.
Ventru Sora. French. Ventru
okay.
Sora. He said merde.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch that. I wasn't really paying attention. If I had, I would have known. That's one word in French that I do know. Like the probably, other than the colors and the numbers that I know. I did learn French in 2nd grade, but a very small amount of it. And then when I got to middle school, they had cut our language programs. Oops. They cut our language programs, I think. Actually, as I entered middle school, yeah, right before I entered middle school. I don't think it was until high school that we could even take them. Thank you to the administration who was in power at that time. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to start a political battle. But I think anyone can guess. But now you want to learn a language, and I mean, at that time, you wanted to learn a language in the States, you had to pay for it after you got out of. Well, I mean, actually, there were some electives in high school we did have, so you almost had to pay for it.
Ventru Sora. Joe, rice pudding or pizza, what should I freaking eat?
Pizza all the way, man. I hate rice personally, but that's just me. I don't like the texture of rice. It's not rice itself. I don't mind fried rice
Ventru
because there's
Sora.
other stuff in it.
F it pizza it is.
It's just the texture that weirds me out about rice. Also, you know, when I was a kid, my mom made me eat everything that was on my plate, and usually it was the rice. It's like the filler, and I was already full. And one of those moms growing up. It's like when you make it, when you force a kid to eat something he doesn't want to eat, he's not gonna like it when he gets older. And that happened a lot with eggplant too, and I have an utter disgust for eggplant because of that. I mean, I had
Ventru
a,
Sora. The game looks so good on your stream. God, I need to upgrade my GPU.
yeah, this is not even running at full the full graphics. I have it dialed down a little bit so I can get 140 frames out of this. So there is a couple of hop-in situations you'll notice, and that's because, again, I have it dialed down just to get that frame rate up. Like I said, it's not even running at full resolution. So it can look even better than this. And it's just a matter of sacrificing the quality for frames. When you're playing a shooter like this, you want the highest frame rate you can possibly get. I don't need 140 frames, but it does give me an advantage if I can stake out an enemy and the guy can't because there's motion blur for him. You know, but this map's a little spread out, so it's hard locating people, so there is a little bit of luck of finding people here. Got a brown. This is actually a T. Is this a T-33? If I'm not mistaken. It looks like a Browning though. This is a Browning style gun, but Browning pistols have been pretty much used for over 100 years now. I love that gun. Those German guns are fun. I believe this is a. I believe that's a. I'm not sure if this is a trench gun. I think the trench gun looks a bit different. I've seen it in Pavlov when they have it one of the loads. This must be one of the newer ones actually. I know it's a shotgun. I think this is a semi-auto shotgun. This is not a pump grip. There's no imitable hit with range at this though, because they nerf shotguns in just about every game you play. They pretty much turn into confetti at anything more than mid-range. This is not how they work in the real world. But, you know, it's about game balance thing. Shit. I gotta singly load this damn thing. Figure out where the charge lever is. There we go. This guy, he ran off to the left, I think. There's still a guy back there somewhere. Well, that should have killed him at the first shot. That was a shot. That was like 5 shotgun shells to the face.
Ventru Sora.
Ooh.
Shotguns in games always gone do wondrous things.
Yeah, they don't work like they do in real life. But I mean, even in a game, you'd think if you're like point blank like that. Yeah, I hate that how they have the grip set up on these in Contractors, because again, I shouldn't have to pull the trigger on the offhand to pull that back. At least give me an option to turn that off. If you don't, the other guy is like, I don't want to accidentally pump, but he can have that option by default. At least let me go to the options and just switch that off so I don't have to worry about that. Ooh, this is a new gun too. This is one of the Mausers. One of the Lugers. Oh. Is this the full auto version or the semi-auto version? It's the full auto version. I should have probably known about that magazine that's in it. it's a C96, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, there we go. This is a Beretta. This is a really early Beretta.
Ventus Sora. Well, in RL you gotta grip it so you can pull it back, I guess that's why.
No, it's a game thing. You're gripping it already, but you have to pull the trigger on the offhand, and that's because it's too easy to pull it back, because you just have to make the player use a little more force to pull it back. Survive did that too after a while, and the thing is it was really hard to pull that back. They didn't need to add that feature, and I think they might have done that because of Contractors as well. It's like, that's unnecessary. I really hate that, because then, again, in Pavlov and most of the other games I play, it's just you pull the fucking pump back and it shoots. You don't need to pull a trigger on a controller. I mean, if you're going for like a fist style like gesture, again, and the MX controllers, that's a fist. You don't need to pull the trigger down for that. I hate when they make you do that in games, because it's just not... It's not what most index users are used to. I'm making a fist right now when I'm holding this weapon. There we go. Okay, I'm a point behind the top guy right now. Like I said, mid to late game is where you pick up, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the last guns here, because there's not as many guns for World War II as there is for the standard loadout. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Sorry, I'm paying way too much attention to the bolt and less attention to where I'm actually aiming the weapon. I'm starting to get eye strain in my right eye.
Finally.
What the? And Luke's probably gonna beat me on this one. Yeah, I just don't understand why that didn't make it kill it. Again, when they do these game balancing tactics, it makes things less realistic. In Onward, though, like a single hit can easily mean a kill, so you got to be really different how you play those games. Or you can run and gun and you can just kind of eat bullets in games like this. You can never do that in a game like Onward, but it changes the meta. It does change how players act and behave. So the TTK is really important when you're playing a game like this. But most players want a higher TTK, unless they're going for something like Tarkov. And I really like Tarkov. I want to see something like that in VR. And we don't have anything quite like it yet. That guy doesn't seem to be aware I'm here. There's no wall banging on that tree, unfortunately. Oh, see, and sometimes when they get a hit like that with a rifle, there's no sound. You just get hit, and believe it or not, that's actually realistic. Even though that's probably that's actually probably a glitch in the game. You get hit, and you probably hear the shot after. It sounded slower. You'll see the flash. You'll see the flash first.
Contractors felt like a little longer than COD TTK, but still quite fast.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than some of the COD games, the newer ones at least. But again, like I said, the players that play these kinds of games are more interested in a higher TTK. I don't mind a higher TTK. I don't want a really high TTK though. When you get games like those battle royales where the TTK is extremely high, because you can. I mean, it's a variable TTK, because not only do you have health, but you also have armor and things like that, so you can pick that up, and your TTK, you'll be shooting at a guy for about 2 minutes before he goes down. Again, that changes things considerably too. Like I said, I'll mute my microphone for whatever reason.
Hello.
I'm going to the lobby.
GG's. Yeah, for GG's.
I think I might, yeah, I'm gonna leave this lobby. I'm gonna check out what else is available here, because I want to mix it up a little bit. Gun game's fun, but I'm looking to see if we have any ordinary death matches available, just to see. We do have one here, so I'm gonna join that. My favorite map here is the parking lot. I got my trusty carbine rifle here. I might want to switch to a AKM if we have considerably less enemy activity, but this is a map where we're gonna have, I'm gonna be seeing people left and right. So I want the fastest gun I can. I want a faster firing rate. The other thing about the AKM as well, it used to be really
Sora.
easy to
Agent
control.
hears kids and nopes the F out XD.
Yeah, couldn't hear that one. No, it wasn't the kids. It was just I wanted to mix it up a little bit. There's always kids in these games. That's what happens when you port a game to standalone Quest. Parents are giving their kids headset these days, and instead of sitting them down in front of a TV. And before that, it was the internet and iPads and phones. And now the new thing's going to be VR headsets. And they're not really paying attention to what these kids are doing, what games they're playing. And the fact this is an M-rated game, and it's online. Now, to be honest with you, I think if I had a kid, I'd let him, probably if he's old enough, I'm not like 12, but play this game, even if he wasn't 17, but as long as he's, mature enough to not act like a fool in these games. And mature enough to handle a game like this, it'd be fine. VR chat's a whole nother story, though. That's something that's really hard to monitor what your kid's doing. Again, if you know your kid well, you know they can handle it, but I've met a lot of kids, and I don't know if their parents are aware at all what they're doing.
Ventrid Sora. Yes. Freaking hell, I really don't like the new parenting style kids in VRC running around in H-Party Kid is screwed.
Well, for one thing, I mean, VR chat can put a stop to that by I mean, Steam and Oculus do allow them to tell how old a kid is, how old a user is. By, I mean, if nothing else, they can require the DLC that Chillout does, and I think that's because they aren't given that information. Like they aren't told how old this kid is.
Ventrid Sora. No, the parents are not aware.
No, I think, again, this is something that VR chat could stop, because, again, parents aren't responsible, unfortunately. At least, they're just not in their kid's life enough. And you don't have to be that style of parent, but just don't complain when your kid starts doing things that he, finds on the internet and acting like an idiot, because he's spending more time on the internet than he is, or he's learning more from, I should say he's learning more things from the internet than he is from you in school. Or whoever you want him learning things, or he or she from. Just don't complain that everyone else should parent your kid. I'm not your child's parent, and I'm never going to be, because I'm playing games that are supposed to have adults in them. And I go to worlds where adults are only allowed, and there's a sign up that says basically if you're under 18, you need to leave the world, and then it'll even drop you and despawn you and be like, you didn't read the message clearly.
Ventrid Sora.
We instruct you to press this
Preach
button.
it, preach IT.
But again, if you're VR chat, you can also stop this by, literally we have an FX layer on their avatars, and the worlds have tags too. So build a tag for the world that says this, the player needs to be over 18, and they need to have adult DLC content in order to enter, or enter this area, or see this avatar, or see this avatar's feature. Okay, and then everyone on the platform needs to make sure they respect that if they're making content. And I would do that. I would definitely do that. I have no interest in interacting with people that shouldn't be on VR chat in the first place. I want to interact with adults there. Just unfortunately, a lot of the new content creators are actually not porting their content to standalone Quest, because so if you're an adult and you're using the Quest, be aware the platform that you are using is dominated by a lot of kids. Okay, And so there's a lot of content creators like myself where we port some of our content to Quest because we have friends that are actually, 25 to 30 that are using the Quest platform. Some of that content's just not going to be ported because the creator of the world is like, yeah, this isn't a world we want to have kids in the first place. I know a couple of creators that have actually told me that. They have actually removed the port because of that. They actually had it ported for a period of time, and they removed it. And it's not just that, it's also keeping two projects, because you actually have to create two separate projects when you're making a port like that. You can do it where you can just port it and just make it for the Quest, and it will come across the PC the same way, but then you lose a lot of functionality on the PC side. And users will complain about that. Why is my content being watered down so you can port it to the Quest? So they end up watering down the Quest version, which is the only version that has to be watered down. And then you have a lot of the adults complaining, well, what the fuck? Why can't we get all the nice avatars? We gotta blame VRChat for that one, because they made it really hard for us to port content. And Oculus, actually. You should really be pointing a huge finger at Oculus, because they're
Ventures Sora.
responsible for
Well,
all the
on
libraries.
it was kind of bad fun. Ventures Sora. Cows they watered PC down Oswell.
Yeah, some games will do that. Some content that happens. Alright, guys. Looks like this game is over. I did start a little bit late on this one, I think. I don't think I started it in the But thank you for watching. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Have a nice morning, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is for you. It's afternoon for me. Just a little bit. Afternoon. So, peace out. See you guys in the next one. I might be streaming a little bit later today. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, so. Bye-bye.